Nicky Hawkins outside London Stadium, post-match reaction. West Ham 2, Anderlecht 1. We controlled that tonight, wasn't it? I think it was a bit. I think the scoreline flat them in the end.
Yeah, definitely. We controlled the first half and the second half. We, as you said, we looked comfortable. Very mixed team tonight. When I looked at the starting lineup, I wasn't worried. I thought there was still enough there to win the game. But yeah, no, I think that everyone done well tonight. I don't think really there was anyone that I could sort of slate. What are you laughing at?
I was yawning, mate.
Oh, fucking hell, sorry. Go on, you talk.
Yeah, no, it's I was excited to see the front three, to be fair, to see how they play together, because Benny, the way he plays with Paqueta and Bowen as well, and they didn't disappoint. Let's be honest, some of the football we played tonight, the 1-2 touch football, some of the best I've seen, especially over here by us.
Lanzini, Benrahma, they was doing a little 1-2s, and as you said, Bowen was dropping in. He was sort of playing up front and out wide, wasn't he? He just wanted the ball. And that's what you want to see. That's the difference with this season's squad and last season's squad, is that we've got so many options, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what you got to look at. You think of that. That was a B team out there tonight, and there's still a lot of quality in that side. Flynn Downs again coming into the side, bossing the midfield.
I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, he's knocking on that door for a Premier League start.
We're that comfortable now. We can sub Dawson off and sub him on and sub him off in the same game. But no, Flynn Downs was up. Like, I don't know who got man of the match tonight, but I think he'll be up there again. I think he controlled that midfield.
Don't give the ball away.
No, and that's it. That's what good players do. He's stepped up into the Premier League, and now he's training day in day out with someone like Declan Rice.
Paqueta.
And you can see, but it's not only Paqueta. Because his game ain't like Paqueta's. It's more like Declan Rice. And when he watches Declan Rice, you see him the way he plays in that midfield. It's like a young Declan Rice, and it's mad to say that because Declan Rice is only 22, 23 himself.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's there. He's learning the game. He had a good reputation from coming up from the Championship as a good player. Doesn't give the ball away a lot. Reading of the game's fantastic, but he does. He reminds you of a Declan Rice, but also a bit of Scotty Parker in him for me.
Well, no, I was just about to say he's what we've wanted Noble to be for the last 5 years. Yeah. He's got that about him as well, and we've always said that Noble's the heart's there, but the legs are gone. But now we've got a younger player, and look, it's no surprise since Noble's been back at the club, mate. We've been on a good run of form. Just saying.
Well, we'll be back in January, but no, we have.
He's here now, mate. He's out there in a suit.
Good run of form. We picked up some nice wins in the Premier League over the last couple of weeks. We're pretty much done and dusted with this competition till March now. I was going to say play your B team, but you can't really do that because we're already playing it and we're getting the points for it. I just hope, I think someone mentioned it on the fan camps as well, that he will take this a bit seriously, more seriously in the later rounds, because I think we've got a real chance of winning.
We've got to be one of the favourites for this competition. Teams are going to see what we've done last year in the Europa League, and they know what the European nights are going to be like here, and we pick up away results as well. So we've got to be one of the favourites to win this competition. I mean, obviously there's going to be decent teams drop out of the Europa League, but we proved last season we can mix it with them as well.
Yeah. Well, I think when you look at the teams that are in the group stage at the minute, you've got to pick out us and Villarreal as the two teams that you think are going to be favourites of the competition. Like you said, with the teams dropping down, it's always going to be tough. It's a bit unfair the way it works, but it is what it is, and you just got to hope that you get some
shitters.
Yeah,
but it's not that. We said, innit, if you win this group, you miss the next round, and that's the next round when they drop in. So there will be bigger teams that, by the time we play again, will drop out.
In, didn't they? Borussia dropped in last year, got beaten at around the 32 by Rangers. You know what I mean? So there is that sort of. The competition's got a big stigma for the teams that drop in it. They don't really a bit like Barcelona last year in this competition. Didn't want to really take it seriously.
I'll be honest. I think the best thing that happened. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying the best thing for this competition we're in now, the Conference League, is that Roma won it and took it serious. And you see the way that a great manager like Jose Mourinho treated this competition, and that's what David Moyes has got to do. And I think he is doing it. Every team he puts out
look like
is a decent team.
Again, Roma.
Yeah, you want to play the big teams. We want to play the Romas. Like last year, we played Seville, Lyon, and Frankfurt, and big teams like that. And it's good to have this experience, and it's what we wanted.
Yeah, it's what you want European football for. You want nights like that where you're playing some of the big boys who haven't quite cut it in the Champions League or haven't quite cut it in the Europa League. That's what you're asking for. But it's just, I'm with what Dom said in the fan camps. We should take this seriously. Once we're in that last 16 or whatever it is.
Don't piss ball about and try and give people games again.
Yeah, I think we're a good enough side not to get relegated. So we've always said
where's that come from?
But we've always turned around and said you take 17th for winning a European trophy all day long.
Of course you will. I mean, some people would take relegation for a European trophy, but no, look, I mean, back to the game. As you said, mate, I think we just controlled it from start to finish. I mean, they got that penalty right at the end. I mean, two great goals, great free kick by Ben Rama, and
Bowen.
obviously Bowen as well.
Rocket.
Yeah, great finish, and he's found a bit of scoring form lately, Bowen.
Exactly, and it's what we needed. He didn't start the season too well. When he sort of, like last season, didn't start too great, but he's picked it up. His performances have been a lot better over the past few games, and now he's reaping the rewards by getting the goals. It was a great finish, and the good ball by Emerson as well to pick him out.
But this is what I said the other week when people were getting frustrated with David Moyes and the team and started turning on them a bit. And I understand that, of course you do. You're only as good as your last game, but this is why sometimes you just got to stick it out, because the results, you could see the performances were there, but we just weren't getting the results. And now we're not playing that well, but we're picking up the results. And look, I think Moyes has done brilliant in the last few weeks, and I think his team selections have been bang on, his substitutions have been bang on. And look, long may it continue, and hopefully we've got a tough game against Southampton.
That's what he needed to do, I think, because as you say, you're only as good as your last game. And like the Everton performance, when I went up to Everton,
it's worst performance I've seen for a long time.
It was fucking awful, you know what I mean? Like, and then you got all of these players out of form. The likes of Bowen, and I think what Moyes was hoping was they're always going to play themselves into form, which they didn't look like they was going to.
And they're good enough to do that.
They are good enough to do that.
And people were turning on Paqueta, who only played 2 or 3 games, saying he weren't good enough for West Ham.
That's the maddest thing I've ever seen, because you see in the games that he had played, you see the flashes of what you've got. You see he is a player that needs to adjust to the pace of the Premier League.
Some people were calling Scamacca another Haller before they've even seen him play.
And this is the thing. You've got to give some players time. Some players adapt to the Premier League like that. Other players take a few games, get used to the place, get used to the new surroundings. All right, we can criticise Moyes a little bit because he didn't throw him in at the deep end. But now they've played, and you see how well Scamacca and Paqueta play together. It's going to be something. Them two together, they Paqueta seems to know exactly what Scamacca's going to do, and he's going to try and pick him out every time. So long as them two stay fit,
the thing is as well, it was good to see Johnson get minutes tonight. I thought he played very well, looked comfortable. Soufal had a good game. Emerson had a really good game. I thought he set up Bowen, didn't he, for the goal? So all round, I think Ben Rama as well. Good game. Nice to see him get a goal. Hopefully that'll give him a bit of confidence.
I think the performance, I know people say I was watching a different game. The performance out there, I thought he played well, just didn't have no end product. Today he had the end product. He looked a lot better, and a player sometimes needs a goal to kick on a bit. Why Paqueta's not taking free kicks, I don't know, but it might not be one of his strong points, but he needs a goal now. He's done everything else but score. So Ben Rama's got his one, so hopefully he can push on as Bowen has done, with his performances.
Competition for place is healthy.
Oh, massively.
That's what good teams go on to do. As long as you've got competition in your team, you get success.
Exactly, and that's what we need. We've got Antonio who's going to be back. The only downside on tonight is the 2 injuries to Ogbonna and Dawson.
Yeah, Ogbonna looked all right. I think maybe they was just being a bit cautious with him because of his injury. They might have just thought, let's just get him off.
Hopefully it's the same with Dawson as well, because he limped off, but we know what Dawson's like. He looks like he's limping.
He had a few digs tonight, didn't he? He was down holding his head, he got kicked, but he's an old-fashioned English centre-back, isn't he? Like, he just gets stuck in, and that's what happens.
He'll have a quarter zone and get through the month, to be honest with you. That's if they don't take him to the World Cup.
This is the thing, you don't know. I doubt they will, but you never know. Keeps performing well.
That'd be the biggest surprise in a long time if Dawson goes to the World Cup, but I don't think he will. But listen, I'd rather keep him here, keep him fit. Hopefully he'll stay in January. I know he was close to leaving the club in the summer, but hopefully he'll see it, especially if we're doing well in Europe. Why would you want to leave?
Exactly, and he probably was thinking at the start of the season when the new arrivals in Kera and Aguerd and Ogbonna coming back, he wouldn't get a lot of games.
Well, he's back in training now, isn't he? Aguerd, yes. He's back on the grass. He's kicking the ball again. So it's healthy competition, and like you got, as you said, Zuma, Correa. We ain't even mentioned him yet. I thought Creswell had a really good game today.
Last 2 games, I thought he's
getting down the wing, putting the ball in the box, doing what
even defensively. Yeah. He's played really well. Wolves, I thought it was the best game he's had for a while, and tonight, he just looked comfortable tonight.
Yeah, look, and obviously they got that penalty at the end. Did they deserve it? Probably not. But I didn't really see what was happening because I was too busy watching the crowd for the last 10 minutes of the game.
I was going to mention that it's. unsavoury. What was happening in the corner there? It was probably the worst thing I've seen since the Chelsea game back in 2016. I think that was 2017.
Yeah. Problem is, doing it with the guy running on the pitch, I really don't get that. You know, what is the point?
Unfortunately for these games, mate, you get people that are buying tickets that are not regulars. And I mean that with the greatest respect. Obviously, if you come here.
No, it's true. There's a lot of regular. There's a lot of people. We see it in the concourse before. Usually, every home game, you notice the same people, but it's true. They just buy it and they go on and do things like that, like running on the pitch. Like that's a grown man.
It's not that, mate. It's that, like, I know what was happening in the corner. It was all stemming from the Anderlecht fans, but the way UEFA are and the way the club are when it comes to that sort of thing, they've got a very zero tolerance policy. Going back and start throwing things back is unfortunately going to be traced all the way back to your seat, and you're going to end up getting a letter through the door, which is you don't want to see any West Ham fan getting letters through the door. To be honest with you, last season we got a games ban for throwing a flare onto the pitch before the game. They're throwing flares into the crowd. Yeah. They should be behind closed doors.
But the thing is, as well, West Ham fans were doing it as well. They was throwing the flares back into the away end. So you could see, it wouldn't surprise me if UEFA stamped down on that. You might see an empty stadium here for the next game.
The thing is, as well, it was people sitting behind. Well, not even where we were sitting. It's sort of more into the middle stand. Then walking around there. Then kicking off with our own fans. Yeah, what's the point?
Who?
That's what happened today. There was people who walked behind us from the middle of the stand, walked behind us to try and get over to go and jump up and down in front of the Anderlecht fans like they do, and then they're having rows with our own fans.
Thing is, we sat in a meeting here about 3-4 years ago, and this stadium has got the best security because of the Olympics. It's got 360 cameras, and that's what will happen. They will find them people, pick them out, and they will, as Nicky said, they will rewind. They will follow them all the way back to their seat, and they'll get their ticket number. And as you said, they'll get a letter through the post. And I know you get caught up in the heat of the moment. Things. I mean, we do it. It happens. But when you're throwing chairs and flares and things like that, I mean, nothing will happen to the Anderlecht fans. They're not going to get banned from here, are they? They might get one game banned from Europe.
This is the problem. This is the thing. You know, it did all stem from the Anderlecht fans, and they should be punished. But we know what UEFA's like. You know, UEFA punish the British sides more than they punish anyone else, and we'll probably see that again.
If anything, they'll probably might ban away fans for the next game. Yeah, I hope they don't. Ban home fans, because it's not fair. Because you're talking about a couple of hundred people, not even that many, and then you're going to ban 55, 60,000 people for a game. But you don't want to see it. I know we're sitting there watching it as it happens, and you're sort of having a laugh at it. But when you think about it, it ain't funny, and it could there could be big fines, fines coming our way.
These get smacked on the side of the head with a chair.
And it's always the innocent. It's always
one geezer fling when it was like skipping stones. It went across about 6 heads.
The thing is that it's someone in the wrong way.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
But they come from the Anderlecht.
Oh, I know. No, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's our lot. But
I'd have thrown it back if it hit me.
And that's the thing. People are going to throw it back.
And you're part of the problem.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm joking.
It was disappointing, considering there was, from what we understand, there was no bother out there. It's disappointing to see from their fans. They got bored because their team was so shit.
Bother was on the train yesterday from Green Street. Did you see it? No. Oh, so you don't know Bother.
But you know what I mean? It was their team's performance weren't good, and they just got bored.
Yeah, have a look, UEFA. Have a look to see where it stemmed from. But thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fans in this post-match reaction. I won't be with you for a few weeks, but these boys will.
Well, I'll be one game and then I'm out.
One game
I'm out for the rest of the month.
Yeah, but I won't be with you for the rest of the month. But do follow these boys. Go and check out all the fan cams that we've just done, and we'll be building up towards the Southampton game on Sunday. Thank you very much for joining us. One thing left to say: come on, you ones.